Have you ever stood up from your chair and felt your knees shake just for a second? Or reached down to tie your shoes and realized you had to catch yourself? Every year? More than 36 million Americans over 60 experience a fall. And for many, that's where independence quietly ends. Not because they were weak, but because their body forgot how to listen. The truth is, you don't lose strength overnight, you lose connection. One tiny hesitation between your brain and your muscles, one skipped signal, and suddenly stairs feel steeper, curbs feel higher, and confidence begins to fade. Most people are told, just walk more. But walking alone won't rebuild the deep control that keeps you steady. It's like trying to restart a computer by pressing the same frozen button. What you need isn't more movement, it's the right kind of movement, the kind that reactivates your nervous system, wakes up dormant muscles, and rewires balance from the ground up. And here's the part, no one tells you this can all be done right at home. No gym, no machines, no pills, just a few minutes a day. If you've ever thought, maybe this is just aging, think again. Science now shows you can reverse up to 30 years of functional decline by retraining the way your brain and body communicate. That's what this video is about, 5 forgotten moves that help you rebuild stability, confidence, and freedom one step at a time. So stay with me, because the next few minutes could be the difference between holding the wall and walking tall again. Your future strength isn't lost, it's waiting to be reawakened. You see, no one ever tells you when it begins. There's no alarm that says your balance is slipping. It happens quietly, one missed step, one extra push on the armrest, one moment where your body hesitates and your mind fills the gap. And before you know it, you're avoiding stairs, gripping railings, choosing the elevator because something deep inside whispers, be careful. That voice isn't fear. It's your nervous system crying for reconnection. The truth is, the greatest predictor of independence after 60 isn't your age, your weight, or your health records, it's your lower body strength. The stronger your legs and balance reflexes, the longer you stay mobile, capable, and free. But the most dangerous myth, believing that walking alone will fix it. Walking maintains what you already have. It doesn't rebuild what's been lost. What you need are movements that speak to your nervous system, not just your muscles, exercises that remind your body how to move with precision, not hesitation. And that's where we're going today. Over the next few minutes, you'll learn 5 science-backed, deeply restorative movements that do what walking never could. They reawaken dormant muscle chains, strengthen balance control, and retrain your brain to command your body with confidence again. These aren't complex gym drills, they're quiet, powerful resets you can do right at home. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why your stability faded, but also how to reclaim it, step by step, breath by breath. Imagine standing taller, walking steadier, and feeling younger from the inside out. That's not fantasy, it's physiology. And if you stay with me, I'll show you exactly how to bring it back. We begin from the ground because that's where every movement, every heartbeat of strength truly starts. Most people never realize their calves act as a second heart. These muscles pump blood upward from your feet to your core, fighting gravity to keep your circulation alive. But after 60, when daily steps slow down and chairs become too familiar, that pump weakens. The result, cold feet, swelling ankles, dizziness when standing, and the creeping fatigue that makes you feel older than you are. This is where the toe raise with breathing sync comes in, a deceptively simple move that rewires balance, boosts blood flow, and even calms your nervous system. Think of it as teaching your legs to breathe again. Here's how to do it. Stand tall, barefoot if you can, near a sturdy counter or wall. As you inhale slowly through your nose, rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels 2 to 3 inches off the ground. Hold for 2 seconds, feel your calves engage your spine, lengthen your chest, expand. Then exhale slowly through your mouth as you lower your heels back to the floor. That's 1 rep. Repeat 12 to 15 times, moving like ocean waves, calm, steady, alive. If balance feels shaky, keep one hand resting lightly on the counter. The goal isn't height, it's control. Each lift resets your circulation, each breath retrains your focus. Do 2 sets a day, morning and evening, and within a week, you'll notice more warmth in your legs and fewer dizzy moments when standing. And this isn't just about blood flow. When you pair breath and motion, something remarkable happens. Your body's pressure sensors, called baroreceptors, recalibrate. That means better blood pressure control, steadier mood, and deeper sleep. This simple motion done for less than 2 minutes teaches your brain one powerful truth: stability is built from the ground up. So let's wake your foundation before we climb higher. Because if your feet are your roots, the next move is where your strength truly begins to grow. Your thighs carry you through life, every step, every stair, every time you rise from a chair. But one day, almost without noticing, that power starts to fade. You sit down and realize it's harder to stand up again. You climb a few stairs and your legs tremble halfway. It's not laziness and it's not age, it's your quadriceps quietly going offline. After 60, these front thigh muscles lose up to 30% of their strength every decade if they're not reactivated. And when that happens, the knees take the punishment, the hips overwork, and balance becomes a gamble. That's why the seated leg extension is so important. It rebuilds the brain-to-muscle connection that lets you rise, climb, and walk with confidence again without putting stress on painful joints. Think of it as teaching your thighs to wake up on command. Here's how to do it. Sit tall in a sturdy chair, both feet flat on the floor, knees bent at 90 degrees. Tighten your core slightly, then slowly lift your right foot, extending your leg forward until it's almost straight, about 18 inches off the floor. Squeeze your thigh hard for 2 to 3 seconds, then lower slowly. Switch to the left leg and repeat. That's one round. Do 10 to 12 reps per leg, resting 30 seconds between sets. 2 to 3 sets are enough to light up dormant muscles without fatigue. If you want an extra challenge, add a light ankle weight, 2 to 3 pounds, or loop a resistance band around your ankles. But remember, control beats speed. Focus on the burn, not the number. After just a week of consistent practice, you'll feel stronger standing up, steadier climbing stairs, and more secure walking on uneven ground. Because when your quadriceps come alive, your entire lower body learns to trust itself again. If you're following along, drop a quick comment. I'm doing this with you so others know they're not alone on this journey. Because next we're moving to the side, where one forgotten muscle quietly decides whether you stumble or stay standing tall. Balance doesn't just come from strong legs, it comes from the silent muscles that hold you upright when you move sideways, turn around, or catch yourself mid-step. And yet most people never train them. That's why so many seniors feel steady when standing still, but unstable the moment they twist or pivot. The hidden culprit is the gluteus medius, a small muscle on the outer hip that acts like a stabilizing anchor. When it weakens the pelvis, tilts the knees, wobble, and even your lower back starts to protest. It's one of the first muscles to fall asleep after years of sitting, and one of the most powerful to wake up. The side leg raise with core engagement brings it back to life. It's simple, subtle, and it restores the connection between your hips core and balance reflexes. Stand tall next to a wall or counter for support. Keep your feet hip-width apart and a slight bend in your standing knee. Place one hand on the wall, the other on your waist. Now tighten your belly just a little. Imagine zipping up your core and slowly raise your right leg out to the side, no higher than hip level. Pause for 2 seconds, feel that side hip muscle working, then lower with control. Switch sides and repeat 10 to 12 times per leg. Move slowly. Don't swing your leg. Don't lean. The goal is precision, not power. Every lift teaches your body balance from the inside out. For a deeper challenge, strap on a 2-pound ankle weight or loop a resistance band around your knees. Let me tell you about Maria, 65, who used to stumble when turning around in her kitchen. After 2 weeks of this move, she said something beautiful. My body finally moves with me again. That's what this exercise does. It restores trust between your muscles and your brain. Keep that feeling, because the next move dives even deeper back to an ancient posture humans once lived in daily, one that can reset your spine, your hips, and even your digestion. Modern life took away one of the most powerful postures the human body was built for: the deep ground hold. In many parts of the world, especially across Asia, people still eat, rest, and work close to the ground. Their hips stay open, their spine stays aligned, and their digestion stays strong. But in the West, we replaced that ancient posture with chairs, couches, and car seats. The result: tight hips, stiff backs, weak knees, and a nervous system that's forgotten how to stabilize itself. The deep ground hold, also known as the modernized Asian squat, brings it all back. It's not just an exercise, it's a total body reset. Here's how to do it safely. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width. Turn your toes outward about 20 degrees. Slowly lower your hips toward the floor, keeping your heels flat. If your heels lift, place a small rolled towel or a 1-inch block under them. Rest your elbows on the inside of your knees. Bring your palms together in a prayer pose, lift your chest and keep your back straight. Breathe deeply. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds, pressing through your heels as you rise back up. If you feel unstable, hold a countertop or sturdy chair for support. Don't force depth, go only as low as feels safe. When you enter this position, something remarkable happens. You activate muscles that have been asleep for decades: the glutes, hip stabilizers, ankle flexors, even your pelvic floor. These muscles control how you sit, stand, and most importantly, how you react when you lose balance. Most falls happen not when we're walking, but when we slip low, reaching, bending, or trying to get up. This position retrains your body to handle those moments with control instead of panic. You'll also notice better digestion and posture. That's because the deep hold gently massages your abdominal organs, increases intra-abdominal pressure, and decompresses the lumbar spine. With practice, tension melts from your back and hips, replaced by a quiet sense of grounding, a connection to the earth your body once knew. One physical therapist, Dr. Harper, calls this move the forgotten foundation of mobility. Because when you can return to the ground and rise again with confidence, you don't just rebuild strength, you reclaim independence. Now that your foundation is awakening, it's time to reconnect something even deeper, the link between your mind and movement, where stability truly begins. Walking may seem automatic, but behind every step is a complex conversation between your brain and your muscles. As we age, that conversation starts to fade. The timing slows, the coordination slips, and suddenly what used to feel natural begins to feel uncertain. You pause before stepping off a curb, hesitate when turning around, or even lose rhythm mid-walk. It's not that your legs are weak, it's that your brain's timing circuit is out of tune. The seated march with mental cue restores that rhythm, retraining your brain and body to move as one again. Here's how to do it. Sit tall on a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor and your knees bent at a right angle. Relax your shoulders and place your hands lightly on your thighs. Now lift your right knee toward your chest, just 6 to 8 inches, while saying out loud, right up. Lower it back down with control, then lift your left knee and say left up. Continue alternating for 30 to 60 seconds, keeping your pace steady and your words clear. You can even count out loud 1, 2, 1, 2 to build rhythm. Do 2 or 3 sets resting for 30 seconds in between. If you want a gentle challenge, try tapping your opposite hand to each knee as you lift, or raise both arms overhead as you march to activate more of your core. The key is the mental cue. Those simple words reinforce the signal from your brain to your muscles, sharpening coordination and balance faster than silent movement. Studies show that combining cognitive focus with motion can cut fall risk by nearly 40%. This exercise isn't about sweat or strength, it's about connection. When you march with awareness, you reawaken reflexes you thought were gone. Your steps become smoother, your balance steadier, and your confidence stronger. So as you finish this round, take a slow breath and notice the difference. You're not just moving, you're teaching your body to trust your mind again. And now that every signal is firing, let's hear what the experts say about keeping that connection alive for years to come. Most people believe muscles fade simply because of age, but that's not the whole story. According to Dr. Linda Harper, a physical therapist specializing in mobility for older adults, muscle doesn't disappear with time, it disconnects. She explains that as we move less, the nervous system begins to forget how to activate certain muscle groups, especially in the hips, thighs, and ankles. The result isn't weakness by nature, but disuse and miscommunication. The good news: the connection can be rebuilt at any age. Consistent, mindful movement, like the 5 exercises you've just learned, reignites those pathways, strengthens neural signals, and restores real control. It's not about doing more, it's about doing with intention. Dr. Harper puts it simply: the secret to aging well isn't strength alone. It's the conversation between your brain and your body, and now that conversation is alive again. You've just rediscovered something powerful, the ability to move with confidence, not caution. These 5 forgotten moves aren't about chasing youth. They're about reclaiming what was always yours: control, stability, and freedom. Every lift, every hold, every breath has been teaching your body one vital truth: You are not fragile, you are adaptable. Aging doesn't steal your strength, inactivity does. But you've proven that a few intentional minutes a day can rewrite that story. Picture this, you stand up from your chair without gripping the armrest. You walk down the stairs without hesitation. You bend to tie your shoes without fear of losing balance. That's not a dream, that's the reward of showing up for yourself, starting with just a few minutes a day. 30 seconds of movement can change 30 years of decline if you begin now. Don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect energy, or the perfect routine. Later is how decline happens. Start today, even if it's just one of these exercises. Your legs, your balance, your independence, they're all waiting for you to wake them up again. And if this video spoke to you, tell us in the comments which exercise you'll start with. Your story might inspire someone else to take their first step. Share this video with a friend, a parent, a neighbor, because one small action could change another life too. If you want to take this transformation further, don't miss our next video. 3 breathing patterns that restore energy after 60. It's the perfect next step to expand what you've started today. You're not getting old. You're getting back to yourself. Stand tall, breathe deep, and remember, freedom isn't lost with age. It's rebuilt through movement.